Chapter 7. The morning sun cast a pale light over Ironspire, but Davin's mind was elsewhere. At Jonas's repair bay, he expected another day of hauling scrap, but the older pilot had different plans. "Got someone you need to meet," Jonas said, rubbing grease from his hands. "Ever heard of Terek Voss?" Davin shook his head. "No? Should I?" Jonas gave a sly grin. "He's a recruiter. Knows the arena scene inside and out. Brings in talent for merc work, too. If you want to make a name here, he's your guy." Davin's heart raced. "And you think he'd take me on?" "You handled yourself against those raiders. That's more than most rookies can say. But Voss doesn't care about good intentions. He wants results. Watch yourself. He plays things close to the chest." Jonas handed Davin a comm chip. "He'll be at the Black Alley tonight. Mention me. Just keep your eyes open. That place attracts the kind of folks who don't think twice about stepping on someone like you to get ahead." The moment Davin stepped through the doors of the Black Alley, he knew he was in over his head. The polished floors, dim lighting, and low conversations carried a tension that wasn't obvious, but impossible to ignore. Unlike the chaotic, noisy, rusted wrench, this place was controlled, dangerous in a quiet, deliberate way. Patrons here didn't laugh or boast. They watched, waited, and moved only when necessary. Their weapons were holstered, but within easy reach, and every glance that passed between them carried unspoken intent. Davin felt like a stranger in a den of predators. At the bar, a wiry man with a metal eye implant gave Davin a brief glance. "I'm looking for Terek Voss," Davin said, keeping his voice steady. The bartender's expression didn't change. "Booth by the exit." Davin muttered a quick thanks and made his way through the bar. Every step felt heavy under the weight of unseen eyes, the silent assessments of mercenaries and arena fighters who knew exactly how to measure weakness. At the far end of the room, Terek Voss sat alone in a shadowed booth. He looked up as Davin approached, his eyes flicking over him with sharp, deliberate precision. Voss was lean, his skin pale and slightly gaunt, like a man who had spent too long in artificial light. A jagged scar ran from his temple to his jawline, cutting across stubble-covered cheeks. His right hand tapped the side of the table in a restless rhythm, a sleek cybernetic limb that glinted faintly in the low light. Voss's flight jacket was patched with insignias from old merc units and arena teams, though the fabric was frayed at the seams. When he shifted in his seat, his left knee gave a soft metallic click, the telltale sign of an old injury poorly disguised beneath worn clothes. "You must be Davin," Voss said, his voice low and smooth, with an oily undertone that made every word feel like it carried a hidden meaning. He didn't offer a handshake, only a brief nod of acknowledgement. "Yeah, Jonas said you might have some work," Davin replied, trying to match the recruiter's calm. Voss's lips curled into a thin smile, though it was more calculation than friendliness. "Jonas has an eye for potential. I'll give him that. Said you handled a raider ambush without freezing. That true?" "I got through it," Davin said, shifting under Voss's steady gaze. "Good enough." Voss's fingers drummed faster on the table, the sound quick and deliberate, like a man constantly thinking 3 moves ahead. "That's what matters out here, getting through. There's no bonus for style points." He flicked his wrist, and a small holodisplay appeared between them, casting dim blue light on the table. "I've got 2 types of jobs. First, escort duty. Boring but reliable, moving cargo through contested space. Pirates, smugglers, the usual. It pays steady and keeps the bills paid, if that's all you're after." Davin gave a small nod. "And the other?" Voss's smile returned, sly and deliberate. "The arena. It's fast, dirty, and unforgiving. Quick credits, quicker recognition. Assuming you survive long enough to enjoy either." The cybernetic hand drummed again, a sharp staccato rhythm. "The arena is no place for hesitation. It rewards guts, punishes doubt. You get noticed if you win. If you lose, well, nobody writes songs about second place." "Sounds like you've been at a few matches yourself," Davin said, testing the waters. Voss's grin faltered for the briefest moment, a flicker of something bitter and distant flashing across his face before the mask returned. Yeah, once upon a time. He tapped his knee again, the metal joint clicking softly. Last fight ended early. Permanent injury. Couldn't stay in the game, so I shifted focus. Now I recruit those with better odds. There was no pity in his voice, just cold pragmatism. Davin got the sense that Voss had made peace with his situation a long time ago, or at least pretended to. Think it over, Voss said, sliding the job data to Davin's comm with a swipe. Come back tomorrow with your answer. Just remember, there's no middle ground. Either you're in or you're out. And once you're in, his grin sharpened. Well, let's just say the exit's a lot harder to find. Back at their apartment, Davin sat at the edge of the couch, the glow from his comm reflecting in his eyes as he scrolled through the job listings. His heart raced, though he wasn't sure if this was from excitement or fear. Lira entered, wiping grease off her hands. She gave him a knowing look. What's got you all twisted up now? Davin sighed, tossing the comm onto the table. Jonas set me up with a recruiter, Voss. He's offering escort work, or a shot at the arenas. Lyra's jaw tightened. The arenas? Seriously? Well, I didn't come all this way to haul junk, Davin said, frustration creeping into his voice. This is my shot. Lira sat down across from him, concern shadowing her green eyes. I know, but these arenas, they grind people down. You see guys walk in with dreams of glory and leave with nothing but scars, if they even make it out. I know the risks, Davin said, his voice steady. But if I don't take this chance, then what's the point of coming here? Lira sighed, her expression softening. I just don't want you to lose yourself chasing something that might not be worth it. Davin gave her a small nod. I won't, I promise. She squeezed his hand, offering a faint smile. Whatever happens, I've got your back. Just don't shut me out, okay? Davin smiled in return, grateful for her steady presence. I won't. She gave him a playful nod. Good. Now get some sleep. You've got some big decisions to make tomorrow. As Davin lay on the lumpy mattress staring at the cracked ceiling, his thoughts buzzed with possibilities. The black alley had shown him a world where every decision carried weight, and hesitation could get you killed. Escort work would be safer, but the arena? That was where legends were born, or destroyed. Fear gnawed at him, but so did excitement. For the first time since arriving at Ironspire, Davin felt like he was standing on the edge of something real. Tomorrow, he would make his choice, and there would be no turning back.